crowd at the Bayern camp. Cross blocks from Julia Gwyn. Quickly they recycle possession, though Stanway losing out in midfield, not something that we say all too often about the England international. The rain pouring down in Munich tonight. Temperatures have dropped significantly over the last couple of weeks. Autumn is well and truly here. Hansen's long ball. Not going to find Pernilla harder like that, given the fact that she had strayed offside. Interesting to note that Tuva Hansen operating at right back. We assumed it was going to be Julia Gwyn slotting in there. Instead, Hansen stays at right back, and Gwyn is a like-for-like replacement for Caroline Simon. Has impressed in both, or all three games so far this season, Caroline Simon. Given the fact that she only recently completed 90 minutes for the first time in over a year, you can understand why Bayern are managing the left-back's minutes. Leipzig, you can see already, just over 2 minutes played, but the intent is clear. Win the ball, turn it over quickly, and then get it moving vertically in transition. Alexander Strauss will be well aware of the intensity levels that Leipzig will look to bring. He said, if we play our game, then we have a good chance of landing the next success. Right now, Giovanna Hoffmann finding Vanessa Fudala. Strike from range! And Leipzig spring an early surprise on what could be a record-breaking night for Bayern. Vanessa Fudala beating Maria Luisa Gross, all ends up. 2 goals in 2 to start the season for Leipzig's star striker. But Bayern clearly didn't pay attention to the scouting report. But the flight of the ball caught out Gross, and Leipzig lead. She opened the scoring against Köln in the 2-1 win 2 weeks ago. Vanessa Fudala now opening the scoring again here tonight against Bayern. And that certainly wasn't in the pre-match script. Jonas Stephan, the new Leipzig head coach, did say that on the one hand this is just a normal Frauen Bundesliga match, but on the other hand Leipzig are ambitious enough to want to produce something special against a special team, and they've certainly made a special start thanks to Vanessa Fudala. So now the ball in Bayern's court. What response will we get from the reigning champions? There he is, the 32-year-old. Not sure he ever could have envisioned his side making quite this type of start at the Bayern campus. Of course, it's worth noting that goal from Vanessa Fudala, the first one Leipzig have ever scored against Bayern. Now Pernilla Harder's on the run. Cross blocked by Victoria Krug. And we get the first corner of the game. Good recovering challenge there from Victoria Krug. The standout centre-backs in the Frauen Bundesliga last season. Clara Bühl with the corner now. The set piece is so prevalent in Bayern's 2-0 win against Potsdam back on match day 1. Linda Sembrant, top goal scorer in the Bundesliga. And now a shot! Blocked behind for another corner. This is the response that Leipzig will now get from this Bayern side. They will not want to stay behind on the score sheet for long. Julia Gwynn to whip this one in. Dangerous delivery. And Bühl is there to meet it a second time and saved by Herzog. Gwynn looking for the reverse pass and caught late actually. A big save from Elvira Herzog. It's the first that she's made tonight, and it likely will not be the last she'll have to make if Leipzig want to build on this promising start, but it broke kindly for Clara Bühl. First shot was a whiff and a miss, second was better, but crowded out in the end. Clipped in by Gwynn, it's dangerous. Herzog had to deal with it. Spills the ball under pressure from Linda Sembrant, but is spared some blushes by the referee. Pressure applied. I mean, you can make the argument that she spilled the ball and didn't have two hands on it when Vigorstotir got a toe to it. Maybe perhaps she did have control of it though, and in the end probably a fair decision from Dr. Reem Hussein, one of the most experienced in the business in the women's game here in Germany. Leipzig see the confidence after that early opener, trying to play their way out from the back, but initially lost out. Now Landenberger tried to find Andrade, but cut out well. Stanway under pressure. Lots of runners in red. Linda Dahlmann is one of them. Have to settle for yet another corner. There you can see. When it rains, it pours. Corner goes short. Change of angle here for Linda Dahlmann. Put behind for another, and they're racking up the corners. They prefer to be racking up the goal-scoring chances, Bayern. Sembrant and Vigorstotir, aerial threats. This one goes low though, flicked nicely! Oh, that would have been a cheeky effort from the reigning champions. That found the back of the net. Still the chance alive. Deep goes the cross. It's a good delivery as well. Sembrant was there. Stanway! And Sembrant tried to get a touch on its way through. That really would be a story if she kept her goal-scoring streak going. The Swedish centre-back. From a Bayern perspective, when it fell to Stanway, that's one of the wanted it to fall to. Look at this high press, though, from Bayern. It's a lovely little clip ball from Landenberger to release the pressure momentarily, but Fudala foiled. Nice quick interplay. Satrasil. Held up well, and the cheeky nutmeg will come to Fudala. Harder with Damjanovic clip there. Fade. Fair to say, a very intense opening. As expected, to be honest. The historical matchups between these two, and they had never met until last season. And in Leipzig, Bayern won 3-0. And a Damjanovic brace securing all 3 points. Here in Munich, it was a 5-0 win on matchday 16. Pernilla Harder bagged a brace, so did Lea Schuller. Getting in on the goal-scoring act as well. Bayern have most of their short time in the Frauen Bundesliga that they can pose a problem for any team. The difficulty was in those defeats to Bayern last season. There were just phases where they were promising. In the first, their depth, I think it's fair to say. In the second, there were signs of improvement, but in improving and being more ambitious and taking more risks, he got punished by a very proficient Bayern side. Damjanovic busting a lung to try and get. Stops her in her tracks. A reminder, in the 40-game unbeaten run that Bayern are currently on, which has equalled the record in 2016, they have scored 112 goals. They have conceded just 30. Sembrant. Stanway now finding Kvin. She's looking just to flick it round the corner for Clara Buhl. Andrade got a foot in. Throw in will go Bayern's way on this near side. I think it's fair to say, with a quarter of an hour played here at the Bayern campus, Jonas Steffen's side have made significant improvements to the performance they produced last weekend in the DFB Pokal second round, where they were knocked out by second-tier Union Berlin. Bayern not exactly shell-shocked here by the opening gambit from the visitors, but they are behind on the score sheet. A speculative effort from range from Vanessa Fudala, beating Maria Luisa Gross. She is a fine keeper, Maria Luisa Gross, but sometimes shots from range tend to prove her kryptonite. Whereas Leipzig really lacked teeth against Union Berlin, something that Jonas Steffen pointed out, talking about the fact that his side offered far too little, said it was like a game of handball for his team. They were just passing it around the penalty area. They had to get out of their comfort zone and be braver, and I think they have done both of those things in the opening exchanges here tonight in Munich. Schimmer penalised for the foul on Sadrazil, even if she felt that was a harsh decision. Here's Georgia Stanway, flitting into a pocket of space, finding Kvin on the run. First time cross, had a lot of promise to it, cleared at the front post. Fudala under pressure, but fouled by Damjanovic. You really are seeing all the talents of Vanessa Fudala. Not just that goal-scoring prowess with that wonderful shot from range that moved in the air and posed enough problems for Maria Luisa Gross, or Marla Gross as she's known. Led to the opening goal, but she just links up the play, she finds the space, she constantly offers a passing option when trying to breach into the final third. Despite the fact that she's quite diminutive in size, she really knows how to use her body well to hold up the ball as well. She'll draw fouls. And ultimately prove a real nuisance for opposition players. Right now helping out defensively after a momentary mistake from Victoria Krug, getting the ball caught under her feet. Julia Margol goes back to Elvira Herzog. Risky passes, but well worked by Leipzig. Now Marlene Schimmer's on the run. Marlene Müller finding Jolie, back to Müller, nice 1-2. Müller still going here. Marlene Müller at the beating of Sembrant. And a yellow card for the Swede. And a free kick in a very promising position now for RB Leipzig. Really can see the confidence streaming through this Leipzig side. Where they got it from, not sure after the defeat to Union Berlin, but maybe it's a classic case of ultimately knowing that they come to Munich with very little to lose. Any points they take with them would be a huge bonus. Now they have a real chance with just over 20 minutes played to go 2-0 up here. Something tells me Vanessa Fudala will have her name written all over this free kick. Indeed she does, given the fact that she is the only one standing over the ball. She's got this in her locker. No doubt whatsoever. It is Fudala, but a little too high in the end. Well, 2 goals from 2 already this season, 4 goals in her last 5 league outings. Can't really blame her for having a go there. Talked about her debut season in the Frauen Bundesliga being a dream come true. Instead, that ultimately she and Leipzig as a whole didn't really know how they'd fare. They didn't really know where they'd stand. She felt that she had the necessary courage needed to make an impact at the highest level, and 10 goals in her debut season certainly underline that fact. Leipzig just completely collapsing the lines now. Under the mounting pressure that Bayern are generating. Foul throw. Oh, not a foul throw, actually. Time wasting penalised there, and already a very early warning from Dr. Radim Hussein. But Leipzig will need to heed. Toria Krug, the guilty party this time. The Goalstortier closed down by Giovanna Hoffmann, who has clearly been brought into the side to be the first line of defence. Gonna have to chase a lot of shadows. Former Freiburg winger. She's willing to put in the hard yards. It might just reap the rewards for her side. So far, I'm not sure Leipzig could have drawn up a better first 23 minutes. Clara Bühl finding harder. Continuing her run, Clara Bühl. 2 for company. Andrade doing well there, just to say touch tight on her fellow number 17. Dr. Radim Hussein is getting very strict on throw-ins tonight, it seems. Each to their own. Bühl, nice little turn to get past Luan Joly. This is what Leipzig have done really well. When the first woman is beaten, there is normally a second ready to step in. For 20. 5 minutes, or just under 25 minutes. It's a whole nother game doing it. Behind on score sheets. They've now spent 22 minutes behind tonight. The record with 41 tonight. Could Leipzig be the team to deny them support, though? And Leipzig there not as quick to get numbers forward as they were earlier in this game. Nice ball to break the lines to find Schimmer. She skipped. Was a big week for Bayern as well. They released first episode titled Ewige Rivalen, or Eternal Rivals. Preparations. 4-0 win, the famous 4-0 win in Wolfsburg, which for many of these players was their first ever in the Autostadt. A huge win. Cleared well by Bayern, who now have the chance to go through the gears because Leipzig have pushed forward. But how good for the but they've also made Bayern do the same, and Alexander Strauss will not be pleased with what he's seen so far. That special moment, the big question I think will be on everyone's lips is, has it come too early? Right now here, Bayern. Far between for Bayern. That was wasteful from the woman who scored a brace in the first ever the ankle of Giovanna Hoffmann. Hoffmann, who cited the fact that Leipzig's style and back in November, so almost a year ago since Giovanna Hoffmann's last goal. Jonas Stefan calling for some of his players to push even further up the pitch. Shots on goal, but a lot of those half chances, the only one on target so far from Clara Bühl, saved by those chances would be few and far between, that they'd have to be clinical. So far, so good. As the offside flag now comes to their rescue. Goal, which was the first of the season. And it wasn't until to win that game 5-1, but for 7 minutes the team bottom of the table led against the team top of the table. Right now Leipzig Bühl. Skipping past a couple of challenges, but once again there's a passage of play from Bayern, so close to being finished off by Pernilla Harder, but a shot that again Marlene Müller there, sensing the opportunity. Bayern's ball recovery time has been good in this game, it has to be said, but so many passes going backwards. penetration against Union Berlin in the second round of the DFB Pokal. It's Bayern that are really lacking the penetration tonight. This time it's Joly that loses out against Stanway, and harder. The young 22-year-old Frenchwoman, signed from Stade de Reims in the summer. She had a nibble there. Let's go Bayern, score a goal as the deft from Damjanovic, deft and dangerous. Heavy fall after a big leap. We've got bodies down in the box, and I think the right decision made there by the referee, Dr. In a very crowded box, but it was a heavy fall. Just look at that, yeah, legs went out from under her. Claudius Vicorsta is an absolute warrior of a defender, though. Leipzig have set the bar, and they are inside, having to push themselves to their limit to try and find an equalizer, one that they would like to produce before half-time, but right concern etched on the face of Alexander Strauss. Talks regularly about the fact that a lot of hard work and preparation goes into the fact that it has been a while since Bayern appeared here at the Bayern campus, but so far not going according to plan. because in many ways it has played into Leipzig's hands. They can sit back. Although the Austrian gives it away, though. That being said, Bayern are having to try and play the risky passes in. Andrade, and that's a terrible pass straight out of play. Defensively, though, she's been magnificent. She's had a lot. Get the call, and is very fortunate not to have conceded possession there. Clara. The wrong execution. Wins it back well, though, Pernille Harder. Another poor. For Bayern, Linda Dahlmann! Oh, yes, there is! A stunning effort! Bayern have had to be patient, but they've got the goal to level the scores before the break. And the angle isn't favourable, but a wonderful curled effort into the far corner. Bayern's first. One minute, Bayern were behind on the score sheet tonight. That is. Of Linda Dahlmann, that's exactly what was delivered. Because here they come looking to restore their lead. Andrade couldn't quite get the beat. Whenever the ball lands at her feet, there is the sense that anything is possible. 4 minutes added on at the end of what has been a very engaging first half. Bull with a bit of a push on Andrade. Lovely outlet pass for Fudala. Saint-Ozil chasing her down. Hansen loses out against Hoffmann. For her, not a lot to do, but a moment to forget. Only one thought on her mind there, Fudala, touch and strike. Because she was unproven last season. And now this season she's proving that she is anything but a one-hit wonder. .90 seconds of time added on remaining. Would be very cruel on Leipzig if Bayern were to find a goal to put them in front at the break. Loose ball. Oh, lovely turn by Hansen. Chance to get it back in the mix. It falls to Harder! If you're wondering how the second half, something tells me it might be much of the same. You can see that Hansen spotted the hands of Stanway. To clear off the line, but on the stroke of half time, final touch. It just skipped off the turf. The chance was alive at all times, and in the against Werder Bremen on match day 1, that ball did look like it crossed the line. Fudala have come from behind to lead 2-1 at the break. The stuff of frustrated, but something tells me he'll still be calling for improvement after the break. At half-time, it's Bayern 2, Leipzig